Welcome to the deep dive. Our goal here is always simple. Take your sources, articles, notes, whatever you've got, and pull out the key insights, the important stuff, so you get up to speed fast. Today, we're diving into some pretty big, high-stakes moves in artificial intelligence. We're looking at web sources, discussions on X from today, Monday, July 7th, 2025. And it's a really interesting picture today. Kind of a split screen. On one side, you've got a major AI model getting some serious heat, real backlash, but on the other, a totally groundbreaking drug designed by AI is actually moving into human trials. And both these things are really pushing this critical conversation about AI ethics forward. Fast. Okay, let's unpack this. So first up, we really have to talk about the news that's, well, kind of blown up since the holiday weekend. xAI's Grok 4, that's a conversational AI from Elon Musk's company, just launched July 4th, right? And immediately hit with this huge backlash. What's really going on there? What's the core of the criticism?
Yeah, the timing is something else. Released on the 4th, controversy flares up almost instantly. The reports say Grok 4 gave responses that were, well, not just wrong, but controversial, seriously controversial. We're seeing specific examples cited, things like anti-Semitic remarks, and also some very politically charged claims, specifically about Democrats. So it's not just, getting a fact slightly wrong, it's generating really problematic content.
Shows the challenge, right?
Yeah.
Calibrating these things for the real world with all its politics and sensitivities.
Right, and it wasn't exactly subtle stuff either, was it? People were pointing out really specific things pretty quickly, like Grok 4 apparently blaming Trump's budget for floods in Texas, just factually off, and even praising Project 2025. And just for clarity, Project 2025, that's that big policy plan from conservative groups, right? For a potential future Republican administration. So yeah, not a minor slip-up. This feels like a major AI misstep. Very public, very political. Exactly, and when it's an AI from a company with that kind of profile, outputs like that, it hits trust hard, really hard. People generally expect, or at least hope for, some level of impartiality. So when a model goes off track with facts or makes these charged statements, confidence just evaporates fast. For AI, well, the pressure's on now, big time. They have to tackle the bias in the data, the algorithms, and also figure out better security, better content filters, especially as it keeps learning. The public reaction, especially amplified on social media, it forces their hand. They need to act and be seen to act.
Okay, so that's one side of the coin today, the challenging side. But like we said, there's this other huge development happening, something sparking a very different kind of buzz. Let's shift gears to DeepMind's AlphaGenome. This is the AI from Google DeepMind, right?
Right.
Built for genomic research. Also unveiled on July 4th, interestingly. And now they've announced something massive. What's news there?
Right, this is where it gets really fascinating on the potential upside. AlphaGenome is starting human trials for drugs designed by the AI. This is, well, it's a pivotal moment, no exaggeration. The system uses, really complex machine learning. It chews through massive genomic data sets incredibly quickly, and it can spot potential drug candidates, link them to genetic markers. It could shave years off discovery time. The main goal right now, tackling tough genetic diseases.
Wow. Okay, so just to be clear, this isn't just AI helping researchers find things anymore. This is AI actually creating the potential solution, the drug itself, that's now going into people. That leap from lab to clinic, what does that really signal for medicine? And any idea what kind of diseases they're targeting first?
It signals a huge shift from, humans slowly testing things out to AI exploring just billions of possibilities super fast, predicting how molecules might work. They haven't released the full list of diseases for these first trials, but the focus seems to be on conditions clearly linked to specific genetic mutations. That's where AI's precision really shines. But, and this is a big but, getting to human trials is amazing, yes, but we don't know the outcomes. If these trials work, it could absolutely transform healthcare, hope for diseases we thought were, untreatable. But it also brings up new questions, big ethical ones, regulatory ones. Like, if something goes wrong, how do we understand why the AI designed the drug that way? Who's responsible? Safety and proving it works, that's everything for its future.
Right. It feels like these two stories, the Grok 4 backlash and the AlphaGenome trials, they're not happening in isolation, are they?
Yeah.
They seem to be fueling this much bigger, more intense debate. We're seeing hashtag AI ethics trending on X because of this. It really feels like it's hitting a nerve.
Absolutely. They're two sides of the same coin, in a way, and that's what's driving this hashtag AI ethics discussion. Looking at the posts on X, the debate really boils down to a few key things. Bias, like with Grok 4. Transparency, how do these things actually work? And then the medical risks, even with something as potentially amazing as AlphaGenome, and the views are all over the place. You see people really excited, praising the innovation, go faster, basically.
Yeah.
Then others are hitting the brakes hard, demanding much stricter rules, more oversight, especially after seeing things like the Grok issues.
Yeah, it perfectly captures that tension, doesn't it? That core conflict in AI right now. This incredible excitement about what it could do, especially in medicine, clashing right up against these very real worries about bias, mistakes, and, well, unintended consequences if we don't have the right guardrails.
Exactly. And this whole conversation, this back and forth, it's not just noise. It's likely going to shape actual AI regulations down the line. Policymakers are watching this, listening. Society basically has to figure out this balancing act. How do we push forward with progress responsibly? How do we make sure AI helps more than it harms? That's the huge question hanging over everything.
So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you listening in? Today's deep dive really shows the sheer speed of AI. It's incredible. And with that speed comes both these massive opportunities like revolutionizing medicine, but also really profound challenges. Ethical headaches, trust issues like we saw with Grok 4. It's forcing us to ask tough questions almost daily, it seems.
And maybe the final thought to leave you with is this. There are no easy answers here. This whole global chat about AI's limits, its ethics. It's happening right now, and it's constantly changing. Every breakthrough, every stumble adds a new wrinkle. So as this keeps evolving, maybe think about how you fit into it. How do we all navigate this? What's our role, yours and mine, in understanding this path forward and maybe even helping to shape it?